Hi folks, John Rogers here, second generation member of the Rogers family, founder of San Francisco Bay Coffee. Today we're going to take a tour of our facility and we're going to show you how we make this unique, wonderful product. First thing we have to do is we have to remind everybody that we have a very high SQF rating, Specialty Quality Food Institute rating. It's a certain way to make sure that the food is pure and not contaminated. So we have to wear hairnets and smocks and do all sorts of different things to make sure the integrity of our product. So before we go, let's put on our hairnets and let's take our tour. We have almost 500,000 square feet here. Packaging and roasting machines are down in that area. And this is our finished goods staging area. Okay, this is our finished good retention area. And this is where we take samples of every single production run that we do all year long. And we'll keep some samples of it so that we can test the integrity of the bags down the road, test the product. If somebody calls with a complaint about a certain product run, we'll have something we can go back and grab it. It's a super important step in the process. All this stuff's locked up. Only 2 people have the key, and that way we know that we have the integrity that these packages are the actual packages that came off that run. And if we need to go back and look, we can. We hang on to them from a year, then we'll cycle them out and keep putting new ones in. This is our final greens sorting area. Now we take all this coffee from around the world in those burlap sacks, cut it open, put it into the elevator, and it goes up to a sorting machine. The sorting machine would automatically keep every good bean and anything that may have the slightest imperfection, it kicks out to a discard bin. There is nothing coming out of the bag. That's it. And it's doing about 1,500 pounds every 20 minutes. And that's all we're getting. A lot of people wouldn't do this, but we do it just to make sure. Because one of those bad beans in someone's pot of coffee could ruin the taste. So we make sure it's absolutely perfect. Okay, we're in green coffee storage now. Obviously, where all the green coffee's kept. We've got about 15 million pounds around us here, which probably isn't all that unusual, except all 15 million pounds are grown specifically to our specifications. When it's picked, where it's grown, how it's fertilized, how it's pruned, how it's sorted. Everything is done according to the standards that we set. They're very unusual standards, and as you can see, our name's on every bag. So here we are at Green Quality Control. This is where all the offers come in from around the world. They roast them up in these little tiny roasters here. They take them into the cupping room and they cup. So these will be coffees that we've received from all over the world. They were already cupped at source. And what they do is they ship a sample up to us, maybe 1 pound or 2 pounds. These guys will roast it up, so before they ship it, they have to approve it. They will sit there with their cupping sheets and they will just slurp and score. They don't talk. There's a lot of offers in there and you gotta stay concentrated on your job. Okay, we're in the roasting area now. We have 8 different roasters here of various sizes, ranging from 90 kilos to about 500 kilos. The difference in roaster sizes is important because we do so much custom roasting here that sometimes we're doing smaller batches. You can't throw 90 kilos into a 500 kilo roaster and roast it. It will just burn everything to a crisp. Therefore, we have to have all different sizes for the different job orders that we get. The roasters themselves technically aren't all that amazing. They're like a big clothes dryer. They have the beans in a drum in the middle and a flame pushing heat upside and goes out. But what the last 30 years of technology has enabled us to do is to put sensors all through the roasters now so they can be computer controlled. Actually controls the airflow, it checks bean temperatures all through the roast, 20 different sensors all through these roasters to make sure it runs perfect at all times. And that's where we have a great advantage. Here we are in finished goods quality control. And what they do here is they test, it's the final test on everything else before it goes into the bag. So what we have here are some production samples straight out of the roaster. They'll grab a little bit here, and they'll put it in, and they'll cup it to make sure everything's perfect. They are the last line of defense if anything goes wrong. These people have total authority to shut the line down at any time if anything is wrong. If they find anything just a little bit out of spec, boom, it doesn't make it. And it's a really, really important step. And they're here all day long making sure that the coffee is perfect. So we test the 1 cup to work in all the machines and all the new machines that come out to make sure that it works as it's supposed to. They check the dissolved solids, they check all the packaging, they check the oxygen levels in the packaging, and they make sure that everything is exactly perfect for when it goes out to the consumer. There's nothing wrong with it. And these are the last line of defense in case something went wrong. And these guys have total authority to just stop everything that's going on. So we're here in the packaging area, and packaging machines are all pretty simple. They're form, fill, and seal machines. They have hoppers up top that hold the coffee. We have 3 scales up there. It forms the bag from a big piece of roll stock, makes the bag. As it feeds it down the forming tube, it seals it up, sends it down the line. Those 3 scales are constantly feeding. Bang, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3 pounds a piece in this case as it cranks them out. We do about 18 bags a minute right now, and it will trim up, do all the work for you. People put it in the case and off it goes. And it'll probably be in a store in a week. I'm standing in front of one of our 1-cup lines, and this is our answer to the environmental nightmare that most single-serve coffees are. And what we have here is a 100% compostable product that'll fit into most single-serve coffee makers, and it will compost rather quickly, and it turns into dirt. And here at the beginning of the machine is our 100% compostable rings, get sorted and get ready to be fed into the machine. So after the rings get sorted, they come here and get put on the drum. As the drum rotates, it puts the smash paper on, punches a small depression in the smash paper so that the coffee fits. It puts a lidding paper on top of that, and then it goes down to the packaging line to be put in the bag. All the components of the 1-cups that you see here are 100% compostable, and they will turn into dirt. Well, that's everything in a nutshell. Thanks for taking the time today and take the tour with me. Enjoyed having you. I hope you learned a lot. And I wanted to let you all know that we're going to continue to work hard to improve the environment and improve the living conditions of workers, and especially to give you the best cup of coffee you can possibly get. So have another cup of coffee and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks.